Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on, if you like all the hip-hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shea Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes.
Shea Baby.
Here we go. We outside with my man Shiggy, Clash Basketball. Listen, I see you dribbling that. You know what I just told Gotti? I think they need to turn on the live channel and let me and you play one-on-one for that break. Let me and you play one-on-one. I'm ready.
Are you sure you ready?
Sure. I'm positive. You don't think I'm ready?
Nah, it's a little bit too excitement. You know what I'm saying? The adrenaline is pumping right now. By the time we start getting the game, we're going to be too tired. So I want you to breathe, relax, and ask the question again.
All right.
You already know, International Gym, GB Gangsters Bully 10603 Greenleaf. We here with Shea Baby TV.
You already know the vibes.
Baby.
Yes, sir. Yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie though, Chaz. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to come into the spot, bring my man Smart Guy in the building.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I've been watching you, bro. You know, whether it was in the car, dropping knowledge. One thing I do tell you, pause too, because I know you are from Harlem. You definitely today, we definitely everything we do, we gonna definitely hit that pause, 100%. All right, but look, real talk. It amazes me how these rap dudes, I'm gonna start from there.
Okay.
Cause I know you rap too, so there's nothing against rap dudes.
Sure.
I don't know if you knew this, but I was in the music business, had record deals,
that's fire.
produced, my brother produced with Swiss Beats. You know what I mean?
No support from my mother. Sometimes I wish I would have came from a different pussy. C-section, even in birth, she didn't push me.
Oh, he's crazy. He's crazy.
Relationship-
We gonna get there too, cause you're different with that.
Hold up. Relationship broke. I tried to put it back together. Remember that time you found that Glock in my lever? Your boyfriend used to cop from me. That's when I put 2 and 2 together, realized it was you using. Now my screws are loose forever. Devil
crazy.
got your soul. Devil got your soul. You probably gonna use forever. Hurts my heart, but I'm gone, mommy. Yeah, you gonna lose me forever. Shit going wrong, but it's cool, cause I'm used to error. You got high. I made money off it. Who's using it better? Your addiction versus my greed. Thought I was foolishly clever. Didn't realize the karma that I built up would have me at odds with the universe forever. But it's hard when you broke and you trying to put the pieces together. Father Time got knuckles on your door. It's now or never. That's why I'm hopping on the plane when I see a change in the weather. My summer times are better. My summer times forever. This is for the single parent mothers working 2 jobs, trying to fill the shoes of pop, working too hard. Don't think because I'm riding in this truck, I don't know pain. Your present is my past, little homie. We the same. My mama got high too. Daddy said bye too. No money for the fries at McDonald's. We skipped the drive-through, stealing burgers from C-Town. I couldn't buy food. When you this type of poor, you can't pick and choose. Devil spring poured in a cup. I'm in a different groove. Daddy gone. Mama getting high. Plus I'm skipping school. God protects babies and dummies. I used to be the fool. 13, heart full of hatred. I probably make the news. Fake friends smile in your face, but they was hating too. Close the door. Hope that I drown, but I still made it through. I hit rock bottom. I can show you what the ground like. Devil kicked my ass when I was young. Now I'm old enough to fight these demons. Swinging like Ali, I mean it. $1 billion dreams, I'm scheming. Daddy met mommy, dropped semen. Fucking both, they should have clipped his penis. Broken home, love from both parents, I never seen it.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on, mama in the back room getting high shit. She beat me for no reason. I waited 10+ years to get up in the spot I'm in, but it's still not the spot I want. Touched a couple coins, but it's not enough. Hunger pains was real, but it got us up. Got caught on the wrong block, so the op shot him up. Big bro did 20, came home, he on his 10th year. Might be free, but feels like he's still in there. You know the feds paying better than welfare. CI's on salary, block hot, touch it, burn calories. Your vibe ain't matching your smile. I know anatomy. Hoes trying to pass the kitty, but can't scratch me. Old school with the money. I'm with a scratch beat. Car gon' drive itself. I'm in the back seat all the time. Please keep it quiet. Don't at me. Pull up, pull out on your block. Now subtract me. Pennies ain't adding up. Dollars won't double. Feds throwing cameras on the drone to watch you hustle. Hoes might fucking suck, but they don't really love you. Your family don't support shit. They just want to judge you. First you get respect and then the money. In that order. Because if you don't, when your money low, soldiers won't follow orders.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie, you set the tone. So let me start from the beginning.
For sure.
Because I started and I said these rappers.
Yeah, you got me.
These artists.
Yeah, these artists.
Because right
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you said it. Let me start from the beginning.
the
These
show
artists.
through.
Yeah, for sure. But
These artists.
Yeah.
Now, where I was going with that was these artists, when I watch them in their Instagram lives, they can't hold 20, 30, 40 people in there. You have hundreds of people in there listening to you, bro.
Thousands.
Thousands.
I ain't gonna front. It'd be crazy.
You know what I mean? And that amazes me. This is why I wanted to sit with you, because on my platform, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, what's going on out there with, you know, like, you know, the typical stuff, you know, like the Diddy stuff, you know, the Jay-Z stuff. But I never really talk about what's really happening.
Right.
So today, you know, and that's why I got my man Chaz here with me today. This interview, you know, your manager, great dude. He stayed in touch with me for like 8 months. He said, you have to sit with my guy. He will change what's going on the platform or what he's talking about. And this is true, bro. I haven't touched pause.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I haven't touched on pause. None of them topics yet.
Right.
And this is a lot. This is a lot for today. I think the people need to hear this.
100%. Well, I want to touch on about pause. I want to address that thing right there about having that much engagement. Well, I've been doing this right for a long time. I put my 10,000 hours in, and I think everybody likes to popularize instant gratification, and everybody likes to demonize delayed gratification. Things take time, right? So we were consistent, and I never let desperation change my destination, temptation, or frustration change my destination. I stayed the course. I made a commitment. I made a decision, a definitive decision, and I never stopped, right? And the key to success is not who you know, not how much money you got, but your consistency. And then understanding that how you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration, that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So when you understand the emotions that you're gonna feel when you're successful, you need to feel those emotions, pause, when you're not successful, because that's gonna be the determining factor that's gonna lead to your success. How long can you hold those positive feelings, right? And then you have to reinforce those positive feelings, and you have to know who you are. So once you know who you are and you identify who you are, there's no more acting, right? It's like don't act like you're great. You're great, so act like it.
Right.
Yeah. So and that was the key to getting, you know, that much people watching or tuning into what I'm doing. We were consistent as fuck, and then we're adding value.
No, I like what you're saying, because I agree, because that's where I was saying about the whole live. I came into your live a few times and watched what you were mainly. When you see the people in there, you know, when you're in this business, you know, a lot of these guys, they hate on people, you know, these other podcasts. Instead of hating, figure out what these guys are doing that's attracting the attraction. And that's the type of guy I am.
With that being said, someone would ask, what is your actual mission?
Well, basically, it's just to put our people in our proper positions on this planet, right? Making sure that we own institutions, we develop our own nation, we develop our communities, and we change the mindset that we've been conditioned to have for over 500 years in America, right? Like shifting the mindset of our people on a macro level, on a global level, right? And then using those new mindsets to develop communities so we can create once and for all generational wealth. Right. And that's the mission, that's the end game, right? Like getting heaven on earth, in heaven in the afterlife.
Yeah, because I even seen you on your live with people from other states trying to set up venues in different states. I heard a guy from South Carolina say, "When are you coming to South Carolina?" I think you were doing like some type of drive. I think it was like, maybe it was I don't know if it was toys. I don't know what you were doing, but you were selling, you were promoting something.
Yeah. So
and he wanted to bring it to the South.
Yeah. So 2023, we did the No Labels tour, and we were showing artists and content creators. So I did a tour independently, and we went from state to state in smaller venues, teaching artists and content creators how to monetize their content. And
it's crazy. Smart. That's real big.
Mm-hmm. And how to
pause.
And how to make money off it, right? And then the next thing we're doing is the I Am Enough tour and the Deli Project. So we partner up with New Era Dayton and Fully Focused in Ohio, and we're gonna open up 500 delis in Ohio, and then we're gonna branch off from state to state.
It's crazy.
And create, micro companies to oversee the delis in each state owned by us. So, that's the goal, because the deli, the corner store, makes over $300,000, sometimes $500,000 a month.
It's crazy.
And we don't have any equity in that area.
Right.
So
That's tough.
So the goal now is saying, okay, well, we need to make it an expectation in a societal acceptance of black-owned delis. The Habibi, the Indian, the Arab cannot have a vice grip in that area any longer. And we have to understand that we have more money in the ghetto than Dubai. Not because of the actual money, but our ability to generate and create money. This is alchemy. So our brains produce neuromelanin, right? So I go back to what I said earlier. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet
Vibration.
that attracts things to
That's
you,
a
right?
crazy
So
breakdown.
how are we able to be the largest consumers if we don't have the most?
He's been watching you, by the way, because he comes to the crib. He says
Hold on,
vibration.
hold on.
Now I see where you get that from.
I got you. But this is the point. I want let me cook on this one. How can we be the largest consumers if we don't have the most capital? Right? And where does the money come from?
Yeah.
The money comes from us.
Right.
We generate it. We create it. Right? We attract the money to us. So there's girls right now living in the projects that don't have a job, but got $50,000 to $75,000 shoe collections.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Right?
Facts.
We don't got it, but we'll get it.
We don't have it, but we'll get it because we'll create it, we'll generate it.
Right.
So when we understand the power that we have internally, now we can curate that power, organize that power, and then allocate that power into businesses in our communities that we own and control, such
Right.
as the deli. So yeah, that's the that's the focus of, but and that's my my life's mission is to make sure that
That's great too.
we're not waiting for Jesus, right? And like I told you off camera, the white man said Monday, the black man said someday.
Right.
Right? Right? The white man said Monday, the black man said someday. So we've had all these leaders come around and talk all this rhetoric of justice or else and give me peace, whatever. Well, it's time for that shit now. Right? I can't wait for Jesus. I can't wait for no disrespect. I'm Muslim. I can't wait for Allah. Can't wait for Muhammad. I got it right now. Right now. I'm tired of seeing our people living in these conditions. No other culture has to worry about a op getting drilled, spinning a block, police murdering them. No other culture. We're the only culture that has to worry about that, and we're the original people, we're the chosen people. So that's my focus, and not just making it a focus, but shedding light on it so we can inspire people who hear these conversations that are our people. Yeah.
All right, so let's start from here because this is perfect. I'm glad I got a little. First of all, your interview game is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I done talked to a lot of people, like just the energy. You know how to take over interviews, and people need to. You guys need to take notes on this. I done interviewed a lot of you guys, man. I'm dead serious. My man is serious right here. All right, let's talk about this. Kanye West, because where you're going with this is kind of sounds like something like Kanye West is trying to.
You can't no.
No, I'm not saying the talk. I'm talking about as far as Kanye West.
We don't need names and sound. We don't need names, sound bites, or selling points. Fuck Kanye West. Now the problem a lot of times is, I don't look for entertainers to be a part of this leadership coalition. Fuck Kanye West. You can't be a part of a system, right? That sole purpose is to destroy us, and then I can't get no inspiration from Kanye West, right? I'm not building my house in another man's backyard. The only house you can build in another man's backyard is a dog house or a tree house. I don't bark, and I don't want no splinters in my ass. Okay, so,
I like that.
So we have to stop expecting. I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers. None of them. I am enough, right? I am enough. So this is why it's important for us to stop looking out the window and start looking in the mirror, because we've been systematically let down by rappers, artists, entertainers, basketball players, etc., etc. You got the money, but you don't got the mindset, right? You got the money, but you don't got the loyalty to your people. You got the money, but you sold your soul. You got the money in a funny way, so you can't even do nothing with the money because the second you do, they're gonna take it away.
100%.
right?
We saw it so many times.
So when you narrow it down to financial literacy, and not to be name banging, but how do you feel about EYL's movement, Earn Your Leisure?
Again, I think that we have to start moving from information to institutions.
Okay.
Right? So, this is why, even for myself, as much as I talk about knowledge, we focus on the Delhi Project, right? Like, what institution represents the information? It's not just about reading books, right? Every book we read, there should be a tangible, physical, product or service we provide based upon the information we read in that book. So we have to move from just information to institution.
Yeah, it has to start somewhere.
Right.
Something has to be built.
Yeah. So I mean, I love Earn Your Leisure, but now, what's the institution associated with that? So right, like.
Well, they do have programs in schools at the moment.
Yeah, but my thing is, whatever our brothers are doing in different areas, they have my full support. I want to talk about the white man who doesn't get any accountability. So I think Earn Your Leisure is amazing. I think 19 Keys is amazing. Let me see, because I always be, hold on, let me see if my brother pick up. He might be busy, but I'm gonna call him. But yeah. So whatever our brothers are doing, positive, constructive, without compromise, they have my full support. Yeah. Sound like him. Yo, I'm on an interview. Yeah, I'm on an interview, and they was asking me a question about Earn Your Leisure, and I was saying that any one of my brothers abroad that's doing something positive and constructive without compromise, they have my full support. So this is 19 Keys.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's official.
So brother, I want you to tell them real quick, because I got you on camera and you on speakerphone. Tell them about Supermind Coffee and what you got going on.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know what the name of the platform is, but I know my good brother Smart on there. Y'all trying to spread some good ideas.
That's a fact, my boy.
Yes, sir.
The Supermind, man, is really adaptogenic mushrooms. You know what I mean? We talk a lot about mental defense. We living in an era where there's cognitive warfare on our minds. We can't focus, can't think. You feel me? And the most susceptible populations are the ones that's manipulated the most. So for me, on a biological level, on a psychological level, on a financial level, it's just about building that resilience in the mind and fortifying oneself. So every product is a representation of that. You feel me? So we've been setting up to where we got coffee meetups, because it's also like basically having consciousness in a cup. But then that goes into the conversations that we have. There's more clarity when we speak it. And it's a ritual that everybody should have, to where we intentional, you feel me, about self-development and what we drink and what we eat and, our information diets, you feel me, to our physical ones. So, it just goes into the collective of, at this age, we got to have super minds, especially when artificial intelligence is trying to place ours.
Yeah, and so that's my brother, and the reason why it's not like a brother. Reason why I wanted to publicly, because I've been publicly in the past critical of my brother, right? And I got to give you public credit and public apology, my brother. I'm sorry for that. And I think he taught me something, right? And what he taught me is, when you have the intention to build for your people, lead with the intention and allow Allah to connect you when it's time to be connected, right?
Facts.
So I know, a lot of times,
That's what I'm saying, putting your 10,000 hours in.
Yeah, but I felt like, because my brother, he's working. I'm like, damn, I want to, I should. You need me in that room, right? But no, he has to do what he's doing over there.
He has to do his work.
I have to do my work over here.
And y'all meet where y'all supposed to.
And when Allah decides to join the force, then it'll happen.
Facts.
But shout out to he gonna put Starbucks out of business, by the way. All right, my brother, we talk. Shout out to him.
Good look for the love, my boy.
Yes, sir. Peace to 19 Keys. Well,
That's a fact. Yeah, so the reason, I understand with the whole thing about the whole Kanye West thing. The only reason why I brought him up was he was talking about he got robbed. I'm saying, I don't know. Is that what you're talking about?
Let's
like owning your own?
Next topic, man. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, next topic.
So how do you prevent, for guys, for my guys like myself, I'm trying to get to the next level. It's crazy, because those people that you want people to avoid, it's like they have a hold onto the game. Can you teach? How do people get around those people? Because I don't want to be around those people, but it's like
It's not about, again, like I said, look, next question, right? But everything is about mindset. So what my brother 19 Keys was talking about, he has a it's almost like a nootropic, right? And he has a coffee company, Supermind Coffee. It's a phenomenal product. He has a strong platform, and now he's creating something that we can consume. But through that consumption, we're empowering not only our brother, but the people that is in his private immediate circle and coalition, right? And then now, when that gets to a Starbucks position, now there's gonna be my brother right here, who he's building the next KFC, right? And then now it's about duplicating and multiplying. And we are now in the times of David and Goliath, right? Technology is the slingshot, but the rock inside the slingshot is collaboration, and the collaboration has to be horizontal, not vertical, meaning peer to peer, brother to brother. Right. So, LeBron James doesn't have more power than you. Jay-Z doesn't have more power than you. Elon Musk doesn't have more power than me. When we're all unified and working together. And it's not about external, it's about internal, right? That's why we talked about CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Understanding that, well, okay, how you think creates how you feel, right? How you feel becomes an emotion. Mm-hmm. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. We have to understand neuroscience and physiology and how our bodies work, right?
So question.
Yeah.
What would end up being the physical tool to get people aligned with what you're talking about right now? I know as like the coffee, I guess the main ingredient was the mushroom. Was it not? 'Cause I heard him mention the mushroom.
Well, I don't want to speak on ingredients because because he's in a leadership position for his brand. Right. What I'll say this is, let's go back to the mantra. How you think creates how you feel. Right. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. Mm-hmm. You have to focus on you. And then what comes to you is for you and will be of use to you. So what happens is we're so focused on everything else but ourselves and what we can do, because we've been conditioned not to value who we are and what we have in terms of tools and resources. You have to be grateful for who you are, and then you amplify what you have, and then you apply that, and then you have to have intention, right? Mm-hmm. So that intention creates a vibration, and then people come to you based upon what you're doing, not your expectation, right?
Because they feel the vibrations.
Yeah, right. So what happens is we're conditioned to pray incorrectly. Prayer is not about what you verbalize; it's what you apply. Prayer is the actions you take. Mm-hmm. The answer to your prayer is the results you receive based upon the actions you take. But God is not going to answer your prayer if you take an action, but your intentions are wrong. Right. So if you have good intentions, right? You have positive intentions, and Allah is pleased by your intentions, then He will answer your prayer and allow you to receive the results that you expect to receive based upon the actions that you take. Mm-hmm. So when you have an expectation for someone to come without putting in any work, well, that's entitlement and being delusional. If you have $50,000 in your pocket right now, and it costs $500 to start this platform, you're not waiting for anybody to come and help you because you're overcompensated, you're overfinanced, and then you're just going to take action. So why aren't you taking action now? Because you don't value yourself, because you're conditioned not to value yourself. That's the
I know a lot of people like that. I agree with you, man.
So that's the CBT, right? Which is the understanding our negative thought patterns, right? What events in our life in terms of early childhood cultivated these negative thoughts, right? And we've lived habitually with these negative thoughts, so they turn into patterns. And then now we're unable to reach our full potential simply because we just don't have the right mindset or thought patterns to do so.
Right. So the basis of my question is, and I understand it starts with self.
Yeah.
But we want them to unlearn the you know what I'm saying, to be basically a reprogramming.
Yeah, but listen, but that's why it goes back to understanding your negative thought patterns, right?
Right.
So you have to do a self-analysis. You have to psychoanalyze yourself. So what that means is you got to meditate. So you sit still and you close your eyes and say, okay, I want to do this, but I don't believe I can do this. Why? And you sit there and then you reflect and you think, oh, wait a minute, my mom didn't tell me that I was amazing. Right? That experience as a child architected the mindset you have as an adult.
Facts.
And then when you say, okay, well, I think this way because this happened to me at this point in my life.
Right.
And then you almost have to role play in your mind that same scenario so you can identify why you think the way you think. It's only the brain, it's the mind, it's nothing else. Okay? So now when you understand that, now you can change how you think with repetitive positive thoughts. Affirmations. I am enough. I am happy. I am blessed. I am protected. I am on the right path. And it's I am because everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you. The solution is you. Even though you weren't necessarily the problem. But the solution is you. And because you weren't the problem, right? You don't realize it's hard for you to accept being a solution when you know you weren't the problem, right? My mother was the cause of my trauma.
You have to accept that.
But I'm
first.
going to be the cause of healing myself, right? My dysfunctional family was the cause of the trauma. But I am responsible to change my life, and I did. And I did it with positive thinking, right? And knowing who the fuck I am. And then just being that. Now I have a new expectation for myself because I changed my self-image.
Huh.
My internal.
I like that. I like that.
Right? So again,
Facts.
I'm not acting as if.
Right.
I am, so I'm acting like it.
Right.
I am amazing, so I'm not acting amazing. I'm acting like it. This is who I am, right? You don't act like you're phenomenal. You are phenomenal, so act like it. And I'm talking to our people. Don't act like you're special. You are special, so act like it. Don't act like you're a boss. You are a boss, so act like it. Who are you? Who are you? Well, you're the original man. Who are you? You're the scientist of life. You're the father of civilization. You invented math. You invented everything. The Greeks are not the fathers of philosophy. We are. The Egyptians. We taught them everything they know. So when you know who you are, there's a different level of confidence that you have knowing who you are and then living in that reality. Right? And then it's not an expectation for validation. It's just an expectation of application. Because through the application, you're going to attract what you need. You see? So I'm not looking to have expectations for people. I just have an expectation for myself. And then when I apply myself in that way, the people that are attracted to me will meet the expectations that I have for the people that I want to have around me.
That's why they're attracted to you.
1,000,000%.
It's crazy. So what about the to start a business? You know, because it seems like
go ahead.
you know a lot about getting into the business world. Now, starting your own business. Now, I recently started one. You know, even doing all of this stuff, but to get people to believe in you, that's what's wrong with this culture. They come on when it's already big. Pause.
No.
They never help
It's
from
not
the
about-
mud.
No.
How do you?
Nobody's supposed to help from the mud. Who's helping from the mud? Make it make sense. Again, this is what I'm saying. So what
So
happens
it's
is
you
that's
believing
someone,
in you that's going to make it what
right?
it's supposed to
That's
be.
someone who's subconsciously dealing with low self-esteem.
Got you.
You don't gotta tell me my raps is hot. I'm nice. The fuck, what you talking about? You know what I mean? So the problem with people getting into business, like I said, they're looking for validation because they haven't identified the tools to create the self-validation, right? And the self-reliance, which is positive thinking. Subconsciously and consciously having these positive, repetitive thoughts as you think about yourself.
Right.
And when you start in a business on the ground level, no one is supposed to help you anyway. It's fucking your dream. It's your vision. When you take a shit, nobody's wiping your ass. Pause. The fuck wrong with you, right? Stop expecting someone to be there with me from the bottom. Nobody's coming, right? And nobody's supposed to. You're supposed to deal with that shit because this is your vision. This is your dream. You want somebody to believe in you, but you don't want to share the billions. You don't want to really share the success, right? But you want someone to believe in you, right? Help you get it, but you don't want to shit. Like, fuck out of it. Let's be real, right?
Yeah.
So, it's the
Makes
truth.
sense. Makes perfect sense.
So we have to stop having these expectations. We have to have internal expectations and dissolve the external expectations.
Facts.
And when you start in a business, it shouldn't be who's helping you. It should be who are you going to help with the business.
I like that.
Right? Because you need to be adding value. Adding value should be the only focus.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. I like that.
That's
All right. Talking like this, where did you learn all of this
Just told you,
knowledge?
man. I was born this way, man.
I mean, okay, because were you talking like this?
So you keep
No, I'm trying to learn it because I'm learning.
Get out of interview mode and let the cameras just capture the conversation. Right? You so in interview mode, you missing the wisdom, God. Who are you? Right? Once you know who you are, this is automatic. Right? You don't have to go to a fish and say, hey man, I'm gonna teach you how to swim. You don't go to an eagle and say, I'm gonna teach you how to fly.
So a better question: in what space was you in when you found yourself, your true self?
There you go. There you go. Nah, there you go. That's kind of what. That's kind of what. But from the beginning, when we first started, I told you this was needed for the platform because I really don't.
For sure, but that's why I wanted to make the emphasis.
I'm loving all this.
That's why everything I'm saying is about who we are genetically, and not due to circumstance. This is who we are genetically. Like, this is who we are genetically. When you get away from the programming and the conditioning
Right.
that the white man wants us to buy into, right? You realize that you're Jesus. You're Shakespeare. Right? Like you start to oh wait, hold up. Wait a minute. This is who I am. I'm a god.
Right.
I'm genetically superior. My brain produces neuromelanin. Wait a minute. This is who we are by nature. We're naturally athletic, articulate, creative. We are the original builders and creators on this planet, right? So, and a lot of times, I think we exalt people who display the application of our personal greatness, and those people who get the ovation don't share what it is. This is you, man. This is you, man.
Right.
This
That's
is
right.
who we are, right? It's nothing
right.
special about me.
So elaborate.
In comparison, there's nothing special about me in comparison to my brother. Now to other people, yeah, I'm your superior. So for me, you know, it was ups and downs, right? Going through things in life, right? Ups and downs, trials and tribulations, right? Delayed gratification, God preparing me. So, you know, going to prison, being in Southport box. I'm in the box, you know, for 3 years. You know what I mean? And I'm learning. I'm reading all these books. I'm damn near going crazy in the hole, right? And I gave up on life. I gave up, right? That's why I said God protects fools and babies.
Right.
Wait, hold on. You say you was in the, and you talk about the whole,
Southport box.
in the whole, the
Southport box.
for 3 years?
Southport box. Yeah.
Your
I
mind.
cut somebody, caught a new charge.
No, but your
I
mind.
cut somebody, caught a new charge. The police officer smacked me, right? Violated me, taking me to the box. So I splashed them. That means throwing piss on them.
That's
right?
crazy.
You know when you
Yeah.
you cut the toothpaste top off. You pee in it. You roll up, put it on your door. CO! When they come, you step on it. Shit, hit them all in the face and all that. Piss hit them all in the mouth and all that.
That's
So
crazy.
then they come and they wash you up and then they give you new charges because you fighting back, right? So I'm getting more tickets when I'm in the box. I'm getting, you know what I mean? So I'm in the box for a long time, and then now I'm in the box. Inside the box, they closed Southport box because it was killing people, right? So I get put on the loaf, and you know I'm on the loaf. I'm in the hole. I'm in the hole inside the hole, right? And I'm losing my mind, right? And I'm trying my best to hold on to my sanity, but the only thing that's allowing me to hold on to my sanity is anger, rage, and aggression, right? So now I'm on a lower vibration, which made me more susceptible to the whispers of the shaitan or the devil, right? And then now I'm giving in. I'm like, fuck that. I get out of this shit. I'm gonna murder. I'm going crime on some. They're creating a Michael Myers in real life, right?
Becoming an animal.
And you know, but Allah visited me in that cell, and that was the pivot, right? It was crazy. It was crazy, right? So, and then from there, I I started getting to more prayer, meditation, and reading and studying, right? But meditation, traveling my mind, right? Like searching my mind. And what I found was amazing, right? I stopped looking out the window and I started looking in the mirror. I started looking to self because all I had was self. But Allah showed me that I was worthy to search myself because He has gave me by birthright the tools I needed to develop and heal myself. And then I became addicted to myself in terms of my abilities and capabilities, and I just would apply myself. I'm reading books, I'm running through the knowledge, and that's how I got to that point. So how you do it is you have to know that you are amazing. We are the original people. So if you're watching this and you look like me and your skin has melanin, right? You are amazing, but you have to meditate. You have to insulate, isolate, unplug, get off the fucking internet, go into a room that's quiet, close your eyes, and just sit there and say, show me who I am.
Facts.
Show me who I am. Show me. Like you're commanding, right? Show me. Right? You right? And then Allah is going to show you, access shall be given. And then now you get knowledge yourself. Wow, this is who I am. Okay, now you're confident, and then you apply yourself, and then you take to it like a fish to water.
Right.
That was gonna be.
And I asked that. The question stemmed from where I was when I found myself, and I was in this place. I was in a space where I was alone.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could relate to what you're saying. For sure.
Yeah, that's why every time we talk about true segregation and separation, white man ain't going for that.
Yeah.
Right? Right? So this is why we have to have a year of separation from other cultures. Because it hinders, when we're integrated, it hinders us from seeing who we really are. Right? So it's important, and it's important for us to understand community and us being with us and not integrating. And being unapologetic about it, because it's not the white man's responsibility to put us in power. We're the only group of oppressed people living in the land of our Holocaust, expecting the people who put us in the Holocaust to take us out of the Holocaust. And the so-called Jews had to leave Germany.
Yeah.
So that's like a so-called Jew looking at Hitler to close down a concentration camp. Fuck out of here. You're going to have more gas and more bullets and more firing squads about that shit, okay? So we have to stop expecting a white man to do what we were designed to do for ourselves, and stop being apologetic and so fucking friendly, because it ain't really, a peace talk, right? Oh my God, you're racist. Fuck them. And no, that's because you don't believe that you're a god. You don't believe that you're a goddess. You don't believe that you have the power, so you want to dilute your power by collaboration with this motherfucker who don't even fuck with you. Who don't even fuck with you. Because it's not in their nature to fuck with you. You see? And for the white motherfuckers who don't understand, it's not in their nature. So even he might not know, but it's not in his nature. So I don't give a fuck about reprogramming him. Right? It's not in their nature. This is why the white man has been the most unagreeable, disagreeable person on the fucking planet. He don't get along with nobody. It's not in their nature to love. See? And because I love myself, I'm not concerned with who don't love me or who love me or trying to make this motherfucker comfortable around me. Fuck the white man. Fuck the Palestinians. Fuck the Chinese man. Fuck them all. If you ain't black, fuck you. I'm on it like that. And I don't want no white friends. I don't want no white acceptance. Because we ain't accepted anyway. See, it's about keeping it real. See, we keep it real with each other, but keep it fake with them. You walk into a white neighborhood, you walk into a white business, you see a white motherfucker, you think he love you? You think he fuck with you? You think he loves you like Bill? You think he loves you like Bob? You think he loves you like Jeremiah?
No, I'm glad you said that.
He don't. But we have this territorial thing. We have this territorial thing with ourselves, but we don't have it with them. That's how they're able to divide, conquer, create businesses, monopolize, and then smile in your face, but they're not really smiling, but you don't know how to read anatomy because you don't know how to read frequency and vibration, and you don't love yourself. So when you love yourself, right, you'll never meet no white person that will love you when you love you, because it's not in their nature to love you. And that vibration that you create, when you love yourself, you know what it does? It repels them. You listening, God? How you think creates how you talking about vibrations, right? How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you or repels things away from you. The white man will run from you when you love you. See? Because it's not in his nature. It's not in her nature to love you. That's their hangups that they have to deal with. And fuck them. Not here to psychoanalyze no fucking recessive, no pig, no honky. Fuck out of here. See? They don't love us. And we don't realize how to vet them because we don't love us. And they condition us not to love us. Who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you to hate to hear your skin, right? You see? So this is the key. This is the key. Love. Love. See, but you don't love. It's not in the European's nature to love. So when we love ourselves, we'll start to expose who won't love us. So when you really love yourself, you won't be talking that integration shit. When you really love yourself, you won't be talking that, I got white friends too, man. Man, white people, man, all right. It's an agenda. Whitey good at making you think he fighting for something, right? Abraham Lincoln emancipated this. No, the fuck they didn't. The South couldn't compete with up north labor. Right? No, pardon me. The North couldn't compete with the South labor because the white man in the South had niggas picking cotton. The North, they had factories. They like, hold up, man, hold up. So they went to war fighting over money and made us think it was over slavery. And Abraham Lincoln gets the credit like he didn't give a fuck about that. White man is the devil and he's slick and he lies. He's a fucking liar. So when you educate it, now you're able to hold them accountable. I don't look at white people like, no, fuck you. I'm going to say it first. Fuck you. I'm beating you to the punch. Huh? Yeah. See, we too apologetic. So I don't look at a white man and be like, hey, man, how you doing? No, fuck you. You owe me. Because your forefathers destroyed my people, raped and pillaged. So you think I look at this white man like, yo, hey, man, we buddies. You better pay homage. You better check in. You got you in LA, you got to check in. Every white motherfucker needs to check in with us. And if they don't, it's now I got to treat you how I'm going to treat your forefathers. You see? So I'm going to say the last point again. When you love you, you expose the white man's true nature because it's not in his nature to love you, let alone love anything. He doesn't even love himself. Okay? And we can't begin to move forward as a culture because we integrate with all these other people who don't love us, and we're still conditioned not to love ourselves, so we can't even really vet them adequately and expose them for the lack of love they have for us, right? Because what am I really saying? After 400 years, what am I really saying? You didn't rape, killed, and murder. What am I really saying? See, it's proof in the avocation, right? You got a problem with what I'm saying? Well, can you go on the video right now and Google white men getting murdered, shot in the face? You can't. Can you go and find a white man who was sodomized with a plunger? You can't. You can't. So how you think I feel? I'm a man first. So I'm not appealing to your empathy because you have none. White man. Fuck you mean? So I'm supposed to be like, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Fuck out of here. You see? So we have to become fed up with looking for validation or love from other people who don't have a nature or inclination to love us. And that's when it's going to change. And it's about mindset. Cognitive behavioral therapy. This is my new shit I'm on. I'm learning this shit like a motherfucker. Yeah, neuroscience. Because they condition us in a way that makes us easy to conquer. And nobody's talking about this.
All right, so I have another question for you.
Yeah.
All right,
Kanye
we
West,
know the
man.
mission's love.
Yeah.
Mission's love.
Absolutely. I'm on.
But how do we push love with the hate though?
See, you sound like the white man. They got
No,
you.
that's a question.
What you mean push love with the hate? What you talking about?
Because you
what you
express
talking about?
anger.
What you mean? Yeah. And if you ain't
I'm not saying you shouldn't
and if
be,
you're not angry,
but
if you're not
it's a
angry,
question.
if you're
It's a
not
real
angry,
question.
you unaware. I don't give a fuck about them or the brothers that may not understand. Because that question can be for the people who don't understand.
Exactly.
What you mean?
I understand
All
what
right,
you're
then.
saying.
So don't ask that question.
But
black
it's
man.
a real question.
No, it ain't. We can't answer that question because that question means that
Not everybody watching knows who they are.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You see, we want to be desensitized and sensitized at the same fucking time. You can't serve two masters, motherfucker.
You can't.
When the motherfucker gets spit, when the motherfucker's like, yo, oh, raw, spin the block, kill him, nigga, shoot him, good. Nigga like, oh, that shit hot. You heard what he said? Kill the nigga? Yeah, we love it. You talking about kill a white man. Oh my God. You're angry.
Get away from this guy.
You're angry. No. I pulled up. Look, yo. What he said? Yo, he said, look, I pulled up. He said,
Let me get away from this dude.
Look. He said, what's up, nigga? He said, what's up? I said, nigga, I ain't no nigga. No. You see? See, that's racism. Mm-hmm. That's slavery. That's mental slavery. Mm-hmm. When it's hate. No, brother. No, brother. No, brother. This is love. Right? This is love. And who do I love? I love me. I love you. Yeah. Right. Do you love me?
Of course.
So listen. So wait, hold on. Let me tell you.
It'll be a person that look just like
us.
us.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Be climbing in my window and there's no love at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
this is what I mean.
No. Listen, you protected. No. You protected by your vibration. Mm-hmm. If you decide you're the architect of life and death is of the tongue, God. So if you're gonna architect somebody climbing through your window because you just spoke into existence, that's your prerogative. Hold on.
This is the world.
No, it ain't. It's the word that you speak into existence. This is why it's important. Yeah, no, you don't understand.
No, I do. I overstand what you're saying.
Listen, if you overstand, If you overstand, stop saying things that don't best suit you or the conversation. So, right? Because we architect everything by this. That's why when you talk about the artist, the rapper, because it's this. We speak things into existence. Our tongue is pause. Our tongue is the Midas touch. Right? So when we understand, we only speak things into existence that we want to come into existence that benefit us when it comes into existence or with its existence. Right? So when we talk about love, this ain't hate. I love me. Fuck you. This is scripture. I gotta love me first. That's what Allah said. I love Allah, love my family, I love myself. It's Allah, me, the man, the woman, the family, and then my immediate family, and then everybody else is optional, motherfucker. Yeah, you're optional. And I'm sorry, but I'm not indulging in that option to love anybody but me. Or the ones that look like me, you see? And when we think, and that's my prerogative, you see? I'm not brainwashed anymore. I used to be. See, we look at everybody else. We don't look at the white man that way. A brother come to the hood, he getting money. Yo, hold on, man. We gonna get this nigga. We gonna backdoor this nigga. White man come in your hood, he owning buildings and properties.
They scared of him, right?
You ain't.
You're right.
Not even
That's a fact.
You picking and choosing.
He's right.
Right? We picking and choosing. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. You ain't thinking like that. Why? Because you condition.
He's right.
You condition to hate, kill, and murder your brother, but the person who conditioned you to hate, kill, and murder your brother, you don't have that same energy for. We pride ourselves on spinning blocks, but ain't nobody killing no cop. You shooting a motherfucking broad day on the highway.
I was gonna say that, what you said before.
But ain't nobody gonna kill no police officer. Listen, let me tell you something. We are conditioned to be afraid of this white man. He don't have no fucking power. Period. None. And I only fear God. I don't fear man. You see? So I understand. So this is what we pushing. It's been an irresponsible display of power that European men have displayed, right? While being in power. So there's no, I didn't make this shit up. People kill me with this shit. I come across it every now and then. Yo, man, you sound mad. You damn fucking right. I'm mad. Fuck you mean? I just told you the delis generate between $300,000 and $500,000 a month. You think some Habibis is saying, brother, we're gonna help you out? They're not trying to help you. They're taking your money and laughing at you. You think this white man, your man, your friend? He not. Well, when I say something that ain't true, fuck you mean? I'm not blind. I'm not blind, and I don't buy into that. I got black friends bullshit, homie. No, you got to show me. You got to pay homage. Because you benefit from the blood that we was forced to shed due to your forefathers. So again, I'm not here to advocate for the house niggas who want to stay on the plantation. Okay? This is what Nat Turner had to do for real. Nat Turner. You ever heard of Nat Turner?
Of course.
He on the plantation. He like, yo, look. They call a secret meeting. They go, look, everybody. And don't think because I'm leaning towards you, I'm against my brother.
Nah, we good.
No, I'm saying things that's necessary.
All right? So listen. So what I'm saying is this, right? He said, yo, they hold a secret meeting, right? All the slaves on the plantation have a secret meeting at night, right? And they go, yo, mind you, see, motherfuckers like to, see, this is why I look at white people, I got a problem. Did you know that white people rape our women, wait till they were pregnant, ripped the babies out their stomach, stepped on the baby's head, had pots the size of humans and put people in pots and boiled them, and then took the baby mother, locked her in a barn, and fed her the people that they boiled?
That's
Like,
crazy.
you think I give a fuck about you? You bugging. You see? So this is what we going
Wow.
through. Because they don't want to talk. See, they just talk about the lynchings and shit. Bro, it's so much more shit, bro. You ever see Texas Chainsaw Massacre? The inspiration came from the plantation. You ever see Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, of course.
Leatherface.
I hate to say this now, but it's one of my favorites. That's crazy.
It's funny because it's a movie, right? But that was the reality.
Yeah,
when they would kill your brother and wear his face.
Wow.
While they fucked
I've
you.
seen
Hold on.
that.
They would kill your brother and wear his face while they
Never
fucked
knew
you.
that.
Hold on, no. Let me finish this, God. They would kill your brother and wear his face while they fucked you in the ass in front of your fucking wife. Right? While she's pregnant. And then rip the baby out her stomach. Step on the baby's head, murder you like what? And then take your grandmother and your grandfather in a pot and boil them. And you so hungry, you so starving, they feed you to pieces, man. You think I give a fuck about some cracker? Huh? You think I give a fuck? We forgot. They don't teach you that part of slavery. You see? So this is what we was going through, what we went through. So Nat Turner like, yo, bro, like, enough is enough. What we want to do? So he had a secret meeting. He said, yo, man, look. Who want to be free? Everybody stood up. I bet. Whoever's willing to do whatever, take 3 steps forward. Right? So brothers, not everybody did, but most of them, right? Took 3 steps forward. Now, everybody that took 3 steps forward, they gave him a machete. They said, now look, turn around. You see the brothers that didn't step forward? Kill them all. Because those are not your brothers.
That's crazy.
You see? So we don't even realize what we went through with these motherfuckers, bro. You feel me? So it's like, I'm not here to, because you got motherfuckers that gotta die on that plantation. You fucking traitor. Fuck you. See? You don't understand what's at stake, bro. They trying to erase us. They not playing with us. Or you think Trump playing? You think that coalition, you think they playing, huh? They're not playing with us, bro. They're not playing. So if we don't understand what's at stake and start having the nuts to have the conversations to inspire the minds that we need for this fucking race war that we dead smack in the middle of, we ain't going nowhere, bruh. See? And when you stop having fear of man and start fearing the law, start fearing God, now you can get the benefits of the protection of God because you only fear God.
What do you mean when you?
I agree with that.
Now I want to learn now. When you say fear God, what do you mean?
I don't. Let you an example, right?
Yeah.
In terms of being a martyr. If it's my time to die, bro behind the camera can throw a water balloon at me and I'm out of here. If it's not my time to die, bro behind the camera can have an AK-47 shoot at me close range and ain't no bullet gonna take me out of here. See, your death date is a sign before you take your first breath. Your last breath is a sign to you before you even take your first breath. Huh? So when you understand that, you don't live in the fear of some man speeding up your death date because he doesn't control your death date. They just mass market how you exited, so you mistake the marketing of the exit as if they controlled the date of the exit. See, Allah just knows this was your time. So whatever they did to get you on that day that you were supposed to die, that's what it is. It doesn't mean they control when you were supposed to die. They just had a hand in helping you get the fuck up out of here. So I'm not afraid of any pushback for anybody else because I only fear Allah. When it's my time, it's my time. And I'm going to be here until I'm 118. I already got that revelation. So I'm not sitting here afraid of anything. See? And then when we understand that there's a responsibility for us to build and develop with the gifts that God has given us. Then we start to build and develop with the gifts that God has given us and stop asking this so-called white man to help us build and develop, because he hasn't helped us build and develop at all. It's at all. If we just being real, like, we not gonna sit here. I'm not somebody who just gets on the camera and start talking. I'm very well read. I got scars on my face from crackers. Okay? I've seen racism hand on. Right? Personal, right? I'm not speaking, this is anger, but this is anger from an experience.
Right.
This is anger from the education. This is anger from the awareness. Ain't nobody sitting here passing no executive orders to protect and help black people. Huh? Ain't nobody passing no executive orders to help our people. Ain't nobody giving out, we ain't get no reparations. The Indians, we the real Indians, but the Indians got reservations. We ain't get nothing but we got a plantation, they get them reservations. See? We got nothing. And we built this country though. And we built this our country. We built this country.
Well, there was one thing that you said.
Yeah.
There's one thing that you said that I paid attention to.
Wait, hold on. Let me say this last thing, right? So again, this ain't for the brothers who don't want to look at it. And the reality is, you know, but you feel that you're inferior, so you like to make it seem like something wrong with what I'm saying. When
No.
Not saying you.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying for the brothers who pretend like they don't understand. You, as a black man, you deal with racism every fucking second, okay? But you don't realize that you're superior. You feel that the white man is your God, so you don't have no energy to fight this so-called deity that made you think that he's a deity when he's nothing but an imposter. Like the motherfucker from Wizard of Oz, 3 feet tall behind a thing talking about, fuck out of here, man. You ain't fooling me, Jack. Yeah, you ain't fooling me, Jack. Fuck out of here.
Now, I was saying, like, when you said something like about 20 minutes ago,
Yeah.
that's crazy, and I agree
Yeah.
that black people will shoot each other in the hood and drill each other, but then when the cops come, they go like this. Like, how can you shoot
It's a program. It's a conditioning.
like
It's a
your
program.
cousin in the head, or a brother you grew up with, knew for 20
no,
years?
This is why I asked, what's the tools to reprogram? Because everyone,
Yeah, we went over that.
Programmed, but
We went over
yeah,
that.
and you want them to. All right, it's for us to find self when we find self, but not everyone can do things on their own.
You keep talking about that. It don't matter about that, bro. It don't matter about that. Everybody can't come. Everybody not gonna go. Fuck you mean?
I just
I
certain
got a
things
write
that
on the wall?
it's certain things that need to be said.
I got to write on the wall. Everybody not gonna come.
Everybody not
And
gonna
fuck you
come.
mean? Noah's Ark. He said, listen, man, it's gonna rain 40 days and 40 nights. They laughed at him. Ain't nobody grab an axe and help Noah chop a tree down. He built that whole boat by himself. Then he got on a boat, grabbed the animals. A couple motherfuckers probably came. And as soon as that boat leaving and started raining, oh my God, let me on. No, drown,
But
bitch.
not for nothing. There were certain conversations I've had in my life that were needed. You dig what I'm saying?
Brother,
in
listen,
different stages
I'm
of
doing
my
the
life.
work. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the job. I'm
that's-
not here to
but
beat you
that's-
over the head. though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the conversation is needed.
Yeah, but I'm not here to beat you over the head.
No.
I'm not, because you have to understand balance, right? Listen, you have to understand balance. This is also about taqwa and understanding that whoever Allah guides, no man can lead astray. Whoever Allah leads astray, can't no man guide. The problem is these fucking self-proclaimed prophets and fucking leaders think that they have the power to get all Negroes on this power. No, bruh, because Allah has a specific group of
Chosen.
motherfuckers that's gonna go to hell and go to heaven.
Right.
That's gonna build and that's gonna destroy. I'm not here to focus or advocate who's gonna destroy or go to hell. I'm here to focus on myself and then align with brothers who are like myself, but I'm letting that alignment happen.
Understood.
I'm letting that alignment happen based upon the vibration I create, and I attract these people. I'm only protected by my vibration and my frequency, right? So again, the devil has a Mack truck taking souls on a highway to hell. If you get in front of that Mack truck, you roadkill, you out of here. Allah has a Rolls Royce truck on an on-ramp going to heaven. If the devil or one of his followers get in front of that, you're roadkill. You have to be on the path of righteousness, but I'm not here to judge. Only Allah could judge, right?
Facts.
So
Basically, what he's saying is like you can't change the condition of the people until they change the condition of themselves.
Right. I know exactly what you're saying, but you know, It takes
Now-
sometimes
Yeah, you
it
know that,
takes
bro.
the conversation, which is what he's giving, but it takes the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. And but the brothers who decide to build, the brothers who decide to build, just build. A lot of
Facts.
times we be trying to get people. I was guilty of that, right? Like with my music, right? You know, I'm trying to get people to believe. Get the fuck out of it. I gotta believe. And when you believe, you just moving. You're not sitting there waiting for somebody to co-sign. Cause ain't nobody that validation may not never come.
Word.
Fuck is you sitting there waiting for
People
somebody to tell you the biggest podcast on the fucking world. You think somebody gonna tell you that?
No, I ain't waiting for that. But now, this is a question. I don't know if it might be too much, but I do want to know. Because the way you've been talking, I think the people want to know this too. How do you feel about the whole Donald Trump thing, him being? Because your opinion, the way you talking, this is about to get crazy in the rose.
No, it's not. We keep trying. Again, it's just what I said. The white man ain't my savior. So why would I care about someone who has a seat at a table in a house that was built to eradicate, erase, and destroy my people? Again, I'm not looking for Hitler to free me as a Jew. I'm not looking for the people who created my Holocaust to take me out of the Holocaust.
But I know black people, you can't even. I know black people I've talked to that they argue with me about Trump. They swear buff on him.
It don't matter. Everybody wants to advocate. I'm not here to advocate. Have your opinion. I'm over here with mine. Shit. Feel me? America is not a home. It's a hotel. It's a place of business. So what happens is we don't have American presidents. We have party presidents. Donald Trump is a Republican, right? So he's focused on the interests of the party, the Republican Party, right? And the specific interests of those individuals in that party who had a financial vested interest in his campaign to run for president. So his alliance is with the people who gave him the money to get in the position that he's in, that come from the party that he represents, which is the Republican Party. No black Republican has more power than any white Republican in that party. No black Democrat has more power or money than any white Democrat in that party. So we're never going to get the primary focus and loyalty from a president because we don't have the power or the financial power within that party to make the president do what we need the president to do. And we don't have an agency such as the CIA, the FBI, or the Army to enforce physicality if that president doesn't live up to the promises that they made on the campaign trail while we was giving them money to run for president to get into office. Okay? So my concern is not what Donald Trump does. I'm not asking what Donald Trump is going to do for me. I'm asking what the law, pardon me. I'm not asking what Donald Trump is going to do for me. I'm grateful what Allah has given me so I can do for myself.
Got you.
And that's my focus, right? And it's just understanding that and not having expectations of any type of a person to do anything for me. My faith is not in man. My faith is in Allah. My faith is not in man. My faith is in God. My faith is not in Donald Trump, right? In God we trust. Well, I'm trusting that God is giving me everything I need to get everything I want.
I ain't gonna lie, you gave me some strength tonight, pause, because at home, I'm sitting down by myself night after night, and I say to myself, how can I continue? Like, I see myself growing, getting to where I'm going. Followers is going up crazy, and I told a friend, a family member of mine that it's crazy how you get more followers but become more lonelier.
Brother, no.
You know what I mean? I'm sitting there by myself every day, but I think that I need somebody sitting with you sometimes just for the energy and the push. But you're right, it's God. You gotta.
First of all, listen. You personally, you have to stop looking outside the window and start looking in the mirror, right? Everything you're saying is based upon what people think when they look out the window. See? Everything I speak on is what happens when you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you start sounding like the smart guy, okay? Now, yeah, right? So when you talk about a business and getting where you want to be, well, what you're talking about your platform is ad revenue. You have to understand ad revenue and how to generate the most ad revenue based upon every episode or piece of content that you put out. And if your content is not adding value, there's no real justification for a company to advertise with you because there's no audience that's going to be loyal to the content being created, because the content being created doesn't add value to that said audience. Okay? So when you start architecting your content or how you create your content in a way to where you're adding value to your viewer, now you justify a company advertising with you. You got to have discipline because you just gave away free money.
Taking that.
So again,
That's a fact. You said that earlier.
So again, look, it's funny, but it ain't
It's the
funny
truth.
when you're in a poorhouse because you're playing games.
That's a fact.
So you have what you have is you have watermarks, right? So think of this episode as if this is an episode. I have a watermark. I have 3 watermarks. I have the top corner, and the 2 bottom corners. Those watermarks go for $150 a piece, right? 150, 150, 300. That's $450 that you just made in watermarks in terms of ad revenue, right? Then you have what you did. You have action advertisement. You just took an action advertisement but didn't get paid.
It's crazy.
Right? That's an action advertisement, right? He's just
Let them know that's what you fucking with.
And by the way, I coined that phrase, so give me my fucking credit, right? That's an action. That's an action
Yeah,
advertisement.
I never heard that before.
So I know you didn't. Now, so what I'm saying is now your action advertisement, those go for anywhere between 100 and 500 because action advertisement is indirect marketing. Okay, so now you got 2 of those. That's 1,000, right? With the 450, now you almost have 1,500 in ad revenue off of just one episode. See?
Yeah.
And then now you set an ad revenue goal for your platform and your podcast. Well, we need to generate 20 million this year in ad revenue for what's the name of your podcast?
SHEABABYTV.
Right? Google just did 100 billion in ad revenue. So 20 million is pennies in comparison to 100 billion. So this is the type of money that's available out here for you when you position yourself correctly. But it's all about mindset. So you have to stop playing with your money. It's not funny to give away money, bro. I don't know what, you feel me? So you gotta, don't joke and be serious. I get it was funny, but it ain't funny to me because you just gave away some money. We selling crack, and every time I turn around, bro, he getting 8 balls off. I look at you like this. Yeah, you know, I'm giving out samples. I'm like, hey, all right, bro, how many samples you gonna get? You fucking up this money, huh?
That's a fact.
Good drugs, so.
Nah, but that's why you said you have the school. But that's why you said you have. But all that you was just saying is that's in the school that you go and to teach people about, to have podcasts is how to create revenues, right?
Yeah, but listen again. What I'm saying is it's a mindset, right? So yeah, we have the No Labels tour, we have the I'm Enough tour, where we teach the same rhetoric, right? However, it starts right now. Fuck is you waiting for? And right now, somebody set this fucking hoodie on fire. You ain't gonna wait to put the fire out and take the hoodie off. So why you sitting here acting like your ass is not on fire? Poverty is a fire, and you've been in that flame too fucking long, and you laughing about being in poverty. Ain't being broke ain't a fucking joke. Where we laughing at?
Facts.
You gotta get serious about your business, and you can't get serious about your business if you don't understand, what serious looks like. Right? In terms of ad revenue, mindset, right? Like, okay, this is how I have to approach this. This ain't no fucking joke. This ain't playing.
Yeah.
White man ain't playing.
Facts.
You think he playing?
Nah, it's
He ain't
real.
playing.
Nah.
He working around the clock to destroy and erase us. So this ain't no joke. Right now, there's the so-called Jews are underground in Crown Heights right now in synagogues trying to figure out how to get us out the ghetto completely.
Now, do you have any suggestions for
Let's
the people?
slow this down. Right now, the so-called Jew is in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, in underground synagogues. Right now,
I saw that.
They exposed the little tunnels and shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right now, planning, trying to figure out how to get us out the ghetto, right? Genetically. How to erase us right now. Right now, like right now, when you sleep, there's gonna be some Habibis and Jews underground and some Asians underground right now at a table in a room like this. 3,000 miles underground. How we get rid of these fucking niggas once and for all? That's what they doing. So you think it's a fucking joke? You think we supposed to be sitting here and laughing? We gotta build, bro. We gotta have real conversations. We have to increase our intelligence and stop indulging in escapism because it's easy to be a fucking coward. See? But 20 years from now, you're gonna regret being a fucking coward. Cognitive behavioral motherfucking therapy. See? Understanding those negative thought patterns and why we're conditioned to have these negative thought patterns and what is the benefit to the white man for us to have these negative thought patterns and what is the benefit for us as black men, right, to have positive thought patterns, and what does a black man with a positive thought pattern look like, And what is his daily schedule and operations looking like? Yeah. Pay me my motherfucking money, action advertisement.
It's a fact.
You don't sound good?
Nah,
Like that?
nah, it's 100%. Nah, but look, you know, that's what would be my next question. What for the people? Because what would be the next thing for black people to do in America? Since you're saying that we
change your mindset immediately. How you think. Listen, brother. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. It is free as hell to motherfucking change your mindset. It don't cost a motherfucking thing with time.
But that's the thing. When you change your mindset, right?
Listen, tell me. We gotta go to the next question because we got another podcast we gotta do, right? So we want to waste time beating a dead horse. What happens is you can't let your low self-esteem be the inspiration for your questions. See? So you tell a motherfucker this is the cure. Motherfucker like, well, you know, because check it out. Well, this is the cure. See, you thought because the sickness was so large, that the cure has to match the size of the sickness. No. It's that simple. Change how you think. That's it.
Yeah.
Change how you think. Simple.
People gotta want more for themselves.
Right. See, change how you think. God is so simple. Ask and it shall be given. Simple. That's all. We like, what you mean? That's it.
Yeah, but I'm just like starting to think about it now because,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't, you change the way you thinking, which we're saying everybody in the hood that does the criminal things to each other or period. But when they do change their lives, you saying that you don't want them to be around the white man, but you have to go to get a job. It's not like you could change your life and just say, I have money. You change your life, you go get a job, then you're working for the white man.
No.
You know, you got to be, you know.
You just said, if that's what you said for you, I don't have a job. I ain't had a job since 2000. I got out of prison. Bro, I have a job. I had one job in my life, KFC. I quit that shit first paycheck. First paycheck. All I wanted was a Pelly, some lavender uptown, you heard, and a Utah Jazz fucking jersey.
Facts.
That paycheck came, it was $41. I said, fuck this shit, I'm out. I had one job, bro, and that's it. So again, it ain't about if you, first of all, God provides provision. Again, when we talk about lack of information, let me say this last thing, then we're going, I don't want to be a dead horse, okay? I get that you don't believe this shit is real, so you're going to be saying questions that don't match the confidence that you need to have, God. So you got to understand this, black man. God gives you what? Provision.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer is what? What's prayer?
A prayer.
Nah, you ain't paying attention. So I'm going to say it to the camera because he falling asleep. Prayer is the actions you take, homie. The answer to your prayer is the results you receive based upon the actions you take. That answer to your prayer is God's promise to you in the form of provision. Allah has promised that he will provide for you. Mm-hmm. As a man, you're supposed to be what? The protector, the provider. So how can you provide if Allah doesn't provide for you?
Facts.
And who provides for you?
Myself.
You still ain't listening,
When you
man.
walk with God, you covered.
Who provides for you?
God.
All right. So why do you think man is supposed to provide for you? You mentioned the white man. No, Allah is going to provide for you. God is gonna empower what you're doing. That is provision. That empowerment is provision. Your prayer is the actions you take. I started this company. I want to make money. I'm not going to no white man for no fucking job. I'm getting on my knees, pause. Yo, God, listen, man. I want to do X, Y, Z. I want this. I want this. God, help me. Show me the fucking way.
Facts.
See?
100%.
Who gave a white man a job? Yeah. Who gave a white man a job?
Right.
Fuck you mean? See? So this is why knowledge itself is important and how to apply scripture and religion to your life. There's a financial part of religion that's been strategically removed from our awareness so we don't tap into the provision that Allah has waiting for us. It's like provision is in an ATM and faith is the pen. Provision is in the ATM and prayer is the pen. But prayer is not, God help me. Prayer is action. All right, I got this podcast, I'm doing this. Cool. Then you just like, God damn, I'm making money. How we just made $5 million in ad revenue? That's provision. But you can't get an answer to the prayer if your intentions ain't right.
Facts.
And your intention ain't right because you think you got to go to the white man for something that you're supposed to go to God for.
Fact.
Because the white man conditioned you to think that you got to go to him. But who he went to? He went to God and made you think you got to go to him. He went to God, got it, and told you he was God, so you come to him. So you never get it. He went to God and got it. and then told you you was God. Hold up, man. He went to God and got it, and then lied to you that he was God so you can never get it because you kept coming to him as a God when he's a man. So go to the same bank he went to. Fuck you mean? And get the same money.
That's a fact. We're gonna leave it right there, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This was good work for the platform. It's your boy Shay Baby, the smart guy. This is OD. Chaz.
Get your shit.
Nah, I'm working. No, you taught me a lot of stuff today. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was good. It was good work. Nah, but this was the whole thing, though. Before we get out of here, you know, the whole time, you know, I knew that this is what my platform needed, man. So thank you, man. I appreciate the love. A lot of people gonna listen to this. I already know this is gonna get crazy. All right, it's your man Shay Baby, smart guy Chaz. It is what it is. It's the dirty side. Yeah, that was good. Thank you, man. Thank you.